Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Namo Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanajana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishavanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarvyascha Kripa Sindhubhye Vachapatitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Isvaraha Paramaha Krishnaha Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radhir Govindaga Sarva Karana Karanam Hare Krishna. By the costless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the purest knowledge. Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita how to purify ourselves. And when we study and understand this Bhagavad Gita, we are able to also find out that we are under the control of the modes of nature, and the purification of the self means we are able to free ourselves from the kama and the krodha. So that's what is the purification of the self. Because mind, senses, and intelligence are the sitting places for this kama. Indriyani manobuddhi asyadisthana muchyate etaihi vimohayati esa jnanam avritya dehinam. So it is Indriyani mano buddhi, senses, mind, and intelligence. Indriyani mano buddhi asyadisthana muchyate. So this kama and krodha, they are seated on these things. And etai vimohayati esha jnanam avritya dehinam. So it is bewildering us by covering our real knowledge. So that's why etai vimohayati esha jnanam avritya dehinam. So when we study Bhagavad Gita, we are able to understand this. Let me see from my devices. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Ravin Prabhu, am I audible Prabhu? Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Is it audible? Is my voice is audible, or is it not? You are not able to hear, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, it is very clearly audible, Prabhuji.
Okay, because I saw some message. Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna will continue. So Krishna is teaching that these are actually covering our real knowledge. So jnanam avritya dehinam. So by studying this Bhagavad Gita, we are able to now remove that covering. So because it is avritam jnanam. So avritam jnanam means it covers our knowledge. Avritam jnanam. This kama and krodha. So therefore, That's why
अंजलिगत शुभ सुमन जिमी सम सुगंध कर दोई
Naveen Prabhu, I think you should be able to unmute.
ज्ञानी सुबह सनेहु फल विनय सुनि करी कृपा
I'm not able to mute you, Prabhu, Naveen Prabhu. Can you mute yourself? Okay.
हरे कृष्ण
Yes, Prabhu. Okay, so now we are understanding from this Bhagavad Gita about how to remove away this covering, so which covers our knowledge. So this Kama and Krodha, they are covering our knowledge. Avritam Jnanameta. So Krishna is teaching us that we should be able to control our mind in order to remove these coverings. Because this Kama and Krodha are produced from the Rajoguna. That is Rajoguna Samudbhavaga. Kamesha, Krodayesha, Rajoguna Samudbhavaga. So they are produced from the Rajoguna, Kama and Krodha. So now, if we are not influenced by the Rajoguna, so then we will be able to remove this covering. Then it won't cover our knowledge. This Avritam Jnanam. So it is not going to cover our knowledge. Avritam Jnanam etena jnanino nitya vairina kama rupena kaunteya duspurena analena. So when we have the knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita, so then it is going to bind us to happiness. With this is the real knowledge. The knowledge means this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is the real knowledge. Other knowledge what we have about this material world, it is useless knowledge. Completely useless knowledge. This knowledge is not of any use. This material, the knowledge about this material world, how this material nature is working, all kinds of this Newton's laws of motions and even the first and second laws of this thermodynamics, this, that, and all, the law of energy, law of conservation of energy, so many different laws, Newton's law of gravitation, all kinds of laws what we study, they are useless for us. We think that we are able to materially prosper, we are able to materially do a lot of things. It can be in one sense, it is useful because we are able to study Bhagavad Gita now. So what I meant is that if you don't use this knowledge to get the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, if you don't use this material knowledge to understand Bhagavad Gita or to serve Krishna, then this knowledge is completely useless. So what does that mean? Anything we have, it should be used in Krishna's service. That's what is very important. If you have this material knowledge, if you have the material resources, if you have anything, everything should be used in Krishna's service. It should be connected with Krishna. Then it is useful. But if we try to gratify our senses, if we use this knowledge to enjoy the material sense objects, that means we are falling in trap without knowing. So that means we are ignorant. That means we have no knowledge. The real knowledge we don't have. Yadantopi akritatmano nainam pasyanti achet. Yadanto yoginas chainam pasyan atmani avasti. So yogis, when they endeavor, they can see the self. They can see everything in the right way. But yadantopi akritatmano nainam pasyanti achetas. So those who have no knowledge, who are not yogis, even if they endeavor, even if they try, they are not going to see the real self. The devotees can see that. The yogis can do that because they have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. When we have Bhagavad Gita knowledge, so then we can do all these things. We can realize. then we will be able to control our mind. So then we will be able to conquer our enemy. So now in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching us that if we don't control our mind, then our mind will become enemy. When our mind becomes enemy, we cannot conquer our real enemy. Kamesha Krodayesa Rajoguna Samudbhavaga Mahashana Mahapapma Vidyena Miga Vairi Nam. It is the Vairi. Vairi means it is enemy. Avritam Jnanam Etena Jnanino Nitya Vairinam. That's what we need to understand. Vairi means enemy. Kamayesha Krodesha Rajoguna Samudbhavaga Mahasana Mahapapma Vidyena Mika Vairinam. Avritam Jnanam Etena Jnanino Nitya Vairina Kamarupena Kaunteya. Jnanino Nitya Vairinam. So it is our eternal enemy, Nitya Vairi. So that is our real enemy. In order to conquer that enemy, our real enemy, that is the Kama, we need to make our mind as our friend. Then we will be able to conquer. If we are not able to conquer our mind, if we are not able to control our mind, then Indriyani Manobuddhir Asyadisthanam Uchade Eter Vimohayati Esha Jnanam Avritya Deganam. Then senses, mind, intelligence, everywhere this Kama is sitting. And it is going to bewilder us. And then we cannot do anything. We will be helpless. So that's why Krishna is teaching us that Evam Buddhe Param Buddhva Samstabhyatmanam Atmana Jahi Satru Mahabaho Kamarupam Durasa. So by knowing this, by understanding this, we should control our mind and make our mind as our best friend. If our mind is our best friend, then we can conquer this, our enemy, that is the Kama. So that's why this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is required. With Bhagavad Gita knowledge only, we will know, we understand how to make our mind as our best friend. With Bhagavad Gita knowledge only, we are able to understand about our real enemy. We cannot make any friendship with Kama or Krodha. That's not going to be good for us. That is our eternal enemy. Nitya Vairina. We need to conquer them. In order to conquer them, we have to get this Bhagavad Gita knowledge and follow this Bhagavad Gita. As Krishna says, focus our mind on Krishna and control our mind. So when our mind is fully controlled, then we will be able to actually conquer our real enemy. So that's why Krishna is saying that Uddaret Atmanatmanam Natmanam Avasadiye Atmaivagi Atmano Bandhur Atmaiva Ripur Atmanaga. So Uddaret Atmanatmanam. One should elevate oneself with the help of the mind, not degrade himself. Natmanam Avasadiye. Because mind is friend as well as enemy. Atmaivagi Atmano Bandhur Atmaiva Ripur Atmanaga. Mind is our friend as well as our enemy. So that way, we need to make our mind as our best friend. Jitatmanaga prasantasya paramatma samahitaga sitoshna sukadukeshu tatamana apamana. So if we are able to conquer our mind, then our mind will become very peaceful. Then we will be able to approach Paramatma, realize Paramatma. And then we won't be disturbed by anything in this material world. We will be equal in all conditions. Sitoshna Sukha Dukkeshu Tata Mana Apamanayo Sugrun Mitrari Udasina Madhyastha Dveshya Bandhushu Sadhu Swapicha Papeshu Samabuddhir Vishishyate. At that time, we can be equal to everyone. Suran, Mitra, Ari, Udasina, that is our well-wishers, friends, enemies, and neutrals, mediators, Madhyastha, Dvesha, Bandhushu. So everyone, our relatives, enemies, everyone, then Sadhu Swapicha Papeshu, the saintly persons or the sinners, with everyone we can actually be equal. Samabuddhir Vishishyate. That's what Krishna is teaching us. Suran Mitrari Udasina Madhyastha Dvesha Bandhushu Sadhuswapicha Papeshu Samabuddhir Vishishyate. We can be equal to everyone, not disturbed by anyone, equal to everyone. That's why Nirvairaga Sarva Bhutesu Yasamameti Pandava. Matkarma Kriti Matparamu Madartam Sangavarjitaga Nirvairaga Sarva Bhuteshu Yasamameti Pandava. So we have to do everything only for Krishna. Matkarma Kriti. Matparamu. Madartam Sangavajjita. So for Krishna's sake, we should be freed from all the associations, material associations, for Krishna's sake. Madartam Sangavajjita. Nirvairaga Sarvabhuteshu Yasamameti Pandava. So if we are not having any enemy, we don't treat anyone as our enemy. Nirvairaga Sarvabhuteshu. Then at that point of time, we will be able to reach Krishna. Yasamameti Pandava. So with Bhagavad Gita knowledge only, this is going to be possible. We are going to do what Krishna is asking us to do. Only when we understand this Bhagavad Gita, then we will be able to go to Golok. By Krishna's mercy, we are studying, we are understanding, we are going to follow. There is no doubt about it. We are already following. We are going to follow. And we will do everything. What Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna will make us to do everything. Because once we believe in Krishna, once we want to serve Krishna, we want to please Krishna, then everything Krishna takes care of us, no doubt. So now, by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 7 slokas in the 2nd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. We are understanding like even more from Arjuna. But one important thing Arjuna is telling Krishna then, he's asking Krishna to tell him what is good for him. That is the main thing. We should always ask Krishna to help us. We should always ask Krishna to tell us what is good for us. And the great thing, the good thing is that already Krishna told everything we need. What is good for us? Everything Krishna already told in Bhagavad Gita. So, really speaking, there is no question for us to ask actually. If we understand all the questions asked by Arjuna and answers given by Krishna, then there are no questions for us to ask. That's what we need to understand. So, now what we are studying in the 2nd chapter, Arjuna is telling Krishna that in the 6th sloka, Nachaitadvidmaga kataranno gariyo yadva jaye mayadivana jaye yugu yaneva katvana jijivishamaste avastitaga pramukhe dadarashtraga. So Arjuna is telling Krishna that I don't know what is good for me, whether to win or to lose, what is good for us. If we kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, then I don't care to kill you. Nor do we know which is better, conquering them or being conquered by them. If we kill the sons of Dhritarashtra, we should not care to live. Yet they are now standing before us on the battlefield. So that's what Arjuna is telling Krishna. Then in the next sloka, what we studied in the sloka number 7 yesterday, Karpanyadoshopahatasvabhavah prichami tvam dharma sammudachetag yachreshya nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteyakam sadimam tvam prapannam. So Arjuna is now telling Krishna that due to miserly weakness, Karpanya dosho upagata swabhava, because of that reason, I don't know. I'm completely confused about what is good, what's the right thing to do. Dharma sammuda chetaga. In this condition, I'm asking you to tell me for certain what is good for me. Echreyashya nishchitam bruvitan. I'm your disciple now, a soul surrendered unto you. You please instruct me. Sishyasteyagam sadimam tvam prapannam. Now I am confused about my duty and I have lost all composure because of miserly weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me for certain what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and your soul surrender unto you. Please instruct. So now in the next sloka, what we are studying today, Arjuna is continuing in the sloka number 8 in the second chapter. Nahi prapashyami mama panudyat yachokamuchoshanam indriyanam avapya bhumau asapatram ruddham rajyam suranam apichadipatyam. I don't see any way to come out of this problem, to drive away this grief. Nahi prapasyami mama panudya. I'm not finding out any way to solve this issue. This shokam, this distress, basically, this shokam is actually the intense heat coming from this distress. That's what a chokam uchoshanam is drying up all my senses. The intense heat coming from this distress is drying up all my senses. A chokam uchoshanam indriyanam. Avapya bhumau asapatram viddham rajam suranam apichadi patyam. Even if I get the kingdom, which is similar to the demigods, still I don't think I can drive away this grief. That is Arjuna's situation. So he's telling that I can find no means to drive away this grief which is drying up my senses. I will not be able to dispel it even if I win a prosperous, unrivaled kingdom on earth with sovereignty like the demigods in heaven. So that is Arjuna's situation. So he is now not able to find a solution for his problem at all. In this kind of situation, nobody could have helped Arjuna. Only this Bhagavad Gita is helping. Only this Bhagavad Gita knowledge only is helping Arjuna. So we are all in the same boat. We are all in this material world, in this dukkhalayam. Nobody can help us. There is no point in saying that I know this person, that person is great, and I know all such things. Nothing. No, it's of no use. We should know Krishna. That's what is very important. If we tell that I know Krishna, Krishna is going to help me, then we are right. That's what is very important. Otherwise, knowing anybody else is of no use. We need to know Krishna. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished the 8th sloka in the 2nd chapter today. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanativiradasya Jnanajana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna. If any devotees have any questions, please use the raise hand option. Hare Krishna. Otherwise, I can unmute you one by one. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Kandula Tirupati Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Gayatri Mataji. Hare Krishna. Deepesh Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
I have
Prabhu.
no questions today. I think I understood everything. Thank you for the class.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. S.K. Garg Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji, for a very good lecture, very good class. I was little late in joining today,
No
but
problem.
nevertheless, I could understand, sir. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Ravindra Goyal Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Guruji, I have to make one request. There is a verse 3 in chapter 13, where the Krishna informs, gives the knowledge about the Gyan. What is Gyan and what is Kshetragya, basically. So
Yes, Prabhu.
I request you to kindly explain what is Gyan once again.
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, until sloka, fifth sloka, Krishna is talking only Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Even sixth and seventh sloka also Kshetra and Kshetrajna only. So you are asking in the third sloka, is that correct, Prabhu?
Yes, Guruji.
Here, Yattajnanam matham mama. So there is Kshetra Kshetrajnayor Jnanam. Kshetram Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharat. So I am also the Kshetrajna. So I am in all living entities, sarva kshetreshu. Kshetra Kshetrajnayor Jnanam Yattajnanam matamama. Krishna is saying that whatever is anyone who understands about the Kshetra and Kshetrajna, has the knowledge about Kshetra and Kshetrajna, so that is called knowledge. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So that's why to understand this body and its knower is called knowledge. So that's what Kshetra, Kshetrajnayor Jnanam, Yattak Jnana Matam Mama. That's what Krishna is teaching.
Guruji.
So what's your question?
Yeah,
Yes,
Guruji, what I just wanted to understand the whole philosophy very, very minutely. Actually, when we say Kshetra, Kshetragya, so in a way we can understand that Kshetra is like the Maya, materialistic world, all things which are related with the materialistic
Kshetra is basically body.
body, yes. And Kshetragya is basically the soul, which is encased in the
That is
Maya.
correct.
Yeah. And super soul, as Krishna, he can be in any, he is everywhere. He is there in everybody. Whereas
He is the
we as,
Nyayam.
yeah,
Yes.
and we individual, we are confined only to this body. So we know only about this body, whatever has been contained in this body, but not about the other bodies.
That's correct.
And knowing this Kshetra and Kshetragya is the real knowledge. That is the real Gyan.
That is correct. Understanding the difference between body and soul.
Yes.
So that's what is the knowledge. So that's why Antaram Jnana Chakshusha. In the last sloka, in the 13th chapter, Krishna is teaching us that is knowing the Antaram Jnana, the difference between Kshetra, Kshetrajna. So that's what Kshetra, Kshetrajnayor evam Antaram Jnana Chakshusha. So to understand the difference between Kshetra and Kshetrajnayor, so that's what Antaram means, the difference between with the eyes of knowledge, Jnana Chakshusha. Bhuta Prakriti Moksham cha ye vidu. They also know how to get liberation from the Prakriti, and they will reach the supreme destination. Yanti te param. So that's why this is the knowledge. The knowledge is knowing about the Kshetra and Kshetragya. Yes, sir.
And something more, Guruji, actually, when we know this, that every individual, he is basically a pious soul, having the same qualities as that of the super soul, but he is in that particular body because of his karmic reactions, past associations with the materialistic three modes of material nature, and otherwise he is a pious soul. So when we see every individual with this knowledge, then we will be looking at each individual as a pious soul. And then that verse that you have used today, sadhushu papeshu che api samabuddhi vishishyate. So that information, that understanding will naturally come. Is it
Yes,
the right way of thinking, Guruji?
that is correct. Once we control our mind, so Krishna is telling that one, once we control our mind, then that is possible. We will be like that. If the mind is not controlled, then we will be thinking that he's my friend, he's my enemy, all such things. So that is, once mind is controlled, he will be equal to everyone. Yes, bro.
So one thing more, Guruji, actually that knowledge, the right knowledge, that comes for a fraction of its time only, many times. And then again the Maya takes over, and then a person gets involved in the materialistic tendencies. So is it because of the lack of our effort that we make to associate with Krishna, or is it because of our
Yes,
means?
bro. Because of our materialistic association, that is the problem. Once we have the full knowledge, we need to be engaged in Krishna's service. Otherwise, if we cannot. That's why it's a slow and steady progress, definitely. But that's why we are studying Bhagavad Gita every day. When you are connected with Bhagavad Gita all the time, then this kind of problems won't happen.
So that means our bondage with this materialistic body, or the three modes of material nature, they are yet not weak enough. So we quite very quickly we forget about the real Gyan, and then taken over by the Maya.
That is correct. When we have attachment, when we have material. So
Okay.
if we have the full knowledge, we will definitely surrender to Krishna. That's what we are getting.
Right, Guruji, right. With your kind explanation, I am now able to convince myself that I am going on the right way.
Yes,
So
Prabhu.
thank you very much, Guruji. Thank you very much.
Thank
Hare
you,
Krishna.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Palaniappan Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Today's class also was really, now it has become a regular this thing that each sloga you are explaining in a very, very nice way, I will say, that we can understand 100% all the things, and then we can follow also. That way, today class also was very much interesting about Kama and Krodha, and how to control the mind to take care of Kama and Krodha. So each day you are giving us a little dose of knowledge, which is really interesting to learn. I will put it in that way. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Chitrita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Ji, I don't have any question, but as Ravindra Prabhu has just said, it's so important for us to see everybody same, and it's so natural for us to say, I don't like this person, or he or she doesn't like me. And so one question which I would like to ask, at us in a situation like this, our reaction should be again based on the three gunas, that when a person tells me like this or I feel that way, what should my
We are
reaction be?
controlled.
Immediate.
Our immediate reaction, when we have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we will not be affected at all if we are able to follow Bhagavad Gita. So tulya nindatma samstuti. So manapamanayo tulyagam. So during honor and dishonor, when somebody is pricing or blaming, so nothing should be affecting us at all. So that happens only with Bhagavad Gita knowledge. When we are able to control our mind by following what Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita. So when the mind is controlled, so that's what in the second chapter itself Krishna said that Shruti Viprati, Shruti Viprati Pannati. So that means we will not be affected by whatever we heard and whatever we are going to hear. Shotavyasya Sutasya Yadate Moha Kalilam Buddhir Vyati Tarishadi Tada Gantash Nirvedam Shotavyasya Sutasya. So whatever we have heard, whatever we are going to hear, nothing is going to affect us. So that kind of platform we will be able to achieve with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, Mataji. So then,
thank you. That's and I'm also very, very. It's very difficult to learn the difference between Kshetrajna and Kshetriya, because I think it's a very difficult thing for me, at least, to learn the difference. And I'm waiting for
it is
your
very easy,
explanation.
Mataji. Kshetra is body, Kshetrajna is the soul.
Correct, that's true. But to differentiate one from the other, it takes a little bit of practice, I suppose. Whatever. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for today's class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Kandula Tirupati Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. Today's class also. I am very happy to see you again. Okay, Guruji.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna. Vishnuvardhana Rao Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Suresh Kabir Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
It was very nicely explained today, the mind. And
Yes.
if you think good, it will be good for you. It will be done good for you. It is like that was my thinking. So that is matching with what you are saying is mind control is very important. And to do this mind control, like chanting or always remembering Krishna would be helpful, because every day you have to do that so that it becomes a practice for you to control your mind.
Yes, Prabhu.
That is how I look at it today, Guruji. It was very nice to explain the mind control.
Yes.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Shashireka Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for a wonderful session again.
Yes.
And I think reiteration of the fact that it's only anger and krodha and kama that are covering our knowledge, and they have to be, the covering gets removed only when we control our mind, because we're able to come out of the effect of gunas only then.
Yes.
That was very nicely explained, Guruji. Thank you so much. And also to what Ravindra Goyalji was asking, that was talking about. I think, of course, very valuable insights, very valuable questions, very valuable discussion. That is always a given. But I thought, isn't that why, from where you were saying, isn't that why later on Krishna says, see me in everyone, in all of creation, so that we can treat everyone equally, so that we can not have any bhed bhav. Isn't that what it is supposed to be? Isn't it?
That is correct, Mataji. That's what, when we have this Bhagavad Gita and knowledge, so when we are able to control our mind, with the knowledge itself, we will be able to understand that Krishna is there everywhere. With the Bhagavad Gita knowledge itself, we know that Krishna is the super soul, he is there everywhere, and he is the Paramatma, and he is pervading this entire universe in his unmanifested form. All such things we are understanding, correct? So that way, with this knowledge, we know we will be able to feel Krishna everywhere. So that way, whatever we studied, it will automatically come to us, Mataji. This knowledge
and therefore we have to be respectful of creation, because it is Krishna's creation, and because he is present everywhere and in everything.
Exactly. All such qualities which will automatically come to us.
Yeah, Guruji. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is to understand even for us to be able to understand and to internalize the whole thing. I think it's not just reading. We have to understand and we have to internalize it, and we have to watch ourselves how we are. That's the only way to go further on this path, that we have to watch ourselves, isn't it? How am I reacting? How am I? It'll come. What you said
because
is
we are daily studying Bhagavad Gita. We are daily
exactly.
making
Yeah.
progress. That is automatically, it will be a part of our life. We don't even have to put any extra effort. You also experience, you also mentioned many times, that will automatically come to.
Oh, absolutely, Guruji. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that difference, and I'm seeing the bhav has changed. How I look at people, has changed. How I behave in my mind, in my heart, how I am feeling towards them has changed. Now there is that seva bhav all the time. I'm looking at, how can I be useful? How can I, because this is Krishna is inside. So how can I'm all the time telling myself, I have to look at them, I'm not telling myself, but it's that bhav has changed, so that seva bhav. Yeah. So that I think is the transformation and this thing is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I was just this morning, I was looking outside and I saw, at 6 o'clock, there was no, I couldn't see any light outside. And within half an hour, suddenly there's so much bright light. And I was realizing, I was comparing it with, I was using that analogy saying that, see, just by that light, which dispels darkness of ignorance, if we are on this path, then our progress also quickly we will understand, and we will quickly become enlightened. We'll quickly become knowledgeable because of Krishna. If we are on this path, I was comparing it to that within half an hour, how the light spread everywhere, and that is how it will happen to us. And this is what I was thinking. So yeah, extremely indebted to you, Guruji, for keeping us on this track, for giving us this knowledge. Extremely indebted, extremely grateful to you, Guruji. Thank you so much for keeping us in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Satyendra Singh Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Pranam.
Pranam, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you, Guruji, for your wonderful class and beautiful learning from you today. When you said that the mind is friend also, the enemy also, we should do the control to make it friend, to fight the eternal enemy, Kam and Krodha. It's a beautiful way of imbibing the Krishna consciousness, the Krishna character, so that we can control our mind. And by controlling our mind, we can conquer the enemy, Kama and Krodha. Thank you, Guruji, for your wonderful and beautiful class. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class, Guruji. I had missed the beginning part. I will listen to it. Had a late night yesterday.
Yeah, I know your daughter already left.
Yeah, she left last night. And thank you. And it's very nice to hear all our classmates, giving all the very nice analogies and summaries of the class. Even if by chance we have missed the class, sometimes we are able to catch up and know what is the gist and go back and listen to it. So thank you very much, Guruji. I will try to attend the Zoom call tomorrow morning. I will be in Guruvayur, but if possible, I will try to. If possible, I will try to join the class, join the call. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Shashi Kopat Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for another wonderful class. It's a great learning to listen to your discourse also from the questions asked by everyone. And
Yes.
what Shashi Rekha Mataji mentioned, the analogy about the sunrise and how it dispels darkness. It's really very insightful, Guruji.
Yes,
Getting to learn a lot every day. Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Brinda Jai Singh Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji. Very nice class. So today's takeaway is about mind control. So Guruji, sometimes we must consciously also reduce our associations in situations where we get more materialistic talk and things and do more work for Krishna. So automatically our mind is more attached to Krishna.
Yes, yes, Mataji. So with this knowledge, our mind will be, we will practice this knowledge. That is the main thing. This Bhagavad Gita knowledge will develop that love towards Krishna, because we are able to understand everything about ourselves and the Paramatma, Super Soul and Krishna, everything with this Bhagavad Gita knowledge only. So that way, this knowledge reveals everything. So this is like the sun, this knowledge. Aditya Vajnanam Prakasayadi Tatparam. Jnanena tu tadajnanam yesam nasitam atmanaga tesam Aditya Vajnanam Prakasayadi Tatparam. So, like the sun comes, everything, it brightens up everything, just like Sasika Mataji was observing. So, like that, this knowledge reveals everything. So then we will develop that love towards Krishna. We'll be able to practice what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. We'll be able to control our mind. Everything will be happening, Mataji. Krishna's mercy.
Yes, Guruji. And another thing that you said was Kshetra and Kshetrajna. So Kshetrajna could also mean to speak about Krishna, no? Who is the knower of everything.
Yeah, he is the knower of all kshetras, Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata.
So Kshetra is the body and Kshetrajna is the soul or the super soul also.
No, yeah, both. Yes. Super soul also is Kshetrajna. We are also Kshetrajna. Yes, yes. But we are Kshetrajna of only our own body, whereas Krishna is the Kshetrajna of all the bodies. Sarva Kshetreshu. Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. So that's what Krishna is.
Yes, so this Kshetrajna of our body, the soul, is bound because of all the karmic reactions which have been taken in previous births. So now that we have the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we try to revert back to our original state by getting attached to Krishna.
Krishna, yes, Mother. That's correct. It is.
Yes,
Absolutely right.
Guruji.
Yes,
Thank you, Guruji. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mother.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mother. Hare Krishna. Ram Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Sorry, Guruji, I missed the lessons, but nevertheless, like Sumati Mataji said, right? Sashi Rekha Mataji has completely give a summary of that, Guruji, a very concise version, essence of what you have communicated.
Yes.
And very, very, very and, easy, Guruji, to understand. I think I'm very happy that Sashi Rekha Mataji is now kind of leading us, Guruji, in the front and giving a very concise and precise things. Especially the analogy she has given, how the dawn happens in the morning, almost like watching a Balachandar movie, Guruji. She visualized that and giving to me in that way, Guruji. And I got another additional bonus, the other question 1.3, when you explained about the Kshetra, which Brinda Jesi Mataji also explained. So though I missed your class, Guruji, the essence is already there. This is what I was also expecting, Guruji. All the sadhus who are here, they have to go and echo this to everyone, so that whatever you communicate to us, the seed you are giving to us, we have to go and make it as a sapling. Then our next generation should make it as water and make it as a tree, Guruji. That has to happen, Guruji. All good, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. One interesting thing happened. My wife was complaining to my son, you see, your father is always tied up with the work. He sleeps late nights and all. What else he do other than work? Then my son immediately said, oh, he talks about Krishna. So that was a kind of a credit to me, Guruji. Life goes on well, Guruji. How your voice is very feeble, Guruji. Yesterday night you were very good sound. We had a good conversation.
Maybe I don't know, I'm in a different laptop, different place. That's some issue from maybe internet. Lot of other
The
things.
tone is also you feel very tired, Guruji. Yesterday, the enthusiasm is there. We are very probably kind of a lack of sleep or something, or you're about to sleep or something.
No, it's not because of that. Yes, it's because in a different place I'm not able to speak very loud. That's why.
Oh, understand, Guruji. Understand. Okay. Thank you very much, Guruji. All good, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna
Thank
to
you,
you.
Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Venkata Nagarjun, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Guru, for today's class. The concept of the mind control is very well. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you.
Asha Singh Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for wonderful session.
Thank you, Mataji.
Beautiful learning from you.
Yes, Mataji. Krishna's mercy. we are getting.
That our kama and krodha are eternal enemy. Right, Guruji?
Yes. Yes. Nitya Vairi now. Yes.
Nitya Vairi. Accepting in all situation.
That's why we need to fully depend on Krishna, surrender unto Krishna. So then we can conquer our Jagi Satru Mahabhago Kama Rupam Durasa. We conquer. Jagi Satru is the Satru, our enemy. So we need to conquer. Yes.
Enemy. Really, Guruji. Enjoying in the lecture very much,
Yes.
Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Chandrakanta Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Today I enjoyed all the discussions, Guruji, and I got a lot of insights, different dimensions to the same understanding. So it's very nice, Guruji. But still, if I look into myself, still it's a long way, Guruji, to see everybody in Krishna. It happens very partially, Guruji. Very partially it happens. Suddenly it changes, like mind. Like mind only, it changes. Okay, oh, then I'll realize, immediately I realize, oh, I'm not seeing Krishna in everyone. That mind is just playing with me. Like that I'm understanding, but still it's a long way. I need Krishna's mercy to get into that particular state, Guruji. Particular state. Like anyhow, I'll have this sadhu sangha in Bangalore, at least you have made. That also will.
You will have a lot of opportunities to serve Krishna, Mataji. So that will help.
That's what, Guruji. Whenever you tell something, immediately after that understanding, I'll say how I am, where I am in this context. Then I'll say, oh, still I have to be to attain that state. Still I have to do lot of sadhana, lot of things I have to learn and do things. I need only Krishna's mercy and your blessings, Guruji, to reach that particular state. Thank you for every day reminding. At least your class is reminding me. Oh, this is how, where you are, but still you have to move forward. That kind of a signal it gives me, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
गुरुजी वंदर गुजरात आपका आशीर्वाद बना रहे.
Hare Krishna.
हरे
Sunil Srivas Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Guruji, yesterday I was went to market from my scooty, and I was during driving I was chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, and I forgot that I'm trying to scooty, and one speed breaker is come in front of scooty, and scooty jump maybe 1 foot jump, and just by scooty come on ground. I just stop, and one person came to me and saying that you are very lucky. I didn't see anything, and saying Hare Krishna and return back to my home, Guruji. That was happened, Guruji.
Krishna's mercy, yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Tejasvi Mataji, Hare Krishna, Tejasvi. Manoranjan Sagu Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Manoranjan Sagu Prabhu. For some reason, Manoranjan Sagu Prabhu is not able to unmute. Hare Krishna, Manoranjan Sagu Prabhu, are you there too? Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. I am in the train. Sorry for because I am in the to attend a seminar about the role of Sanskrit in national building. That is, I am going on the way near to Puri. It will be in Puri, so I am on the way. So really, I am lucky. Also, I was listening and about Kshatrajna and all these devotees. They are asking questions, and it's a great pleasure. So really, whatever it may be, whatever the situation may be, the prime class is the Gita, then any other thing. So tomorrow also I will be there. I will be here for 2 days in Puri. That Lord Jagannath, I can have a darshan. That's okay. Whatever with the Lord Krishna is Jagannath and everything. And really, we should really that you are injecting us regularly on the way in Gita. So I'm very thankful. Pranam Guruji, Satata Naman, 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 Naman.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, I spoke with all the devotees. I'm not able to play Prabhupada's Kirtan because I'm using a different laptop. We'll again continue to study Bhagavad Gita tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.